Hello viewers, I'm Ragbir Singh. Welcome to the channel Learn the Method of Learning English. Today's lesson is English grammar and English accent incorporated into a playway system. English grammar and English accent incorporated into a playway system. Viewers, I have specifically devised and designed this program of a two-in-one playway method of learning grammar as well as pronunciation. This playway method has been devised so that through this method the student doesn't feel the burden of having to learn something technical just in a technical way. So the idea is to take sentences, speak them, study their accent part, pronunciation part, and by the by उसके साथ साथ taking into consideration the grammatical aspects where they need to be understood. Our first sentence is listen attentively. A very well trained and highly experienced trainer trained me in the art of learning the four skills of learning a language. The skills being listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Viewers, listeners, in this sentence, we have to mark the difference of pronunciation between the words trained, trainer, and then trained again. Listen to the sentence again. A very well trained and highly experienced trainer trained me in the art of learning the four skills of learning a language. The skills being listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Now the words are very well trained. Here the word trained is a verbal adjective. It's a participle. This word is to be pronounced in one particular fashion with one particular use of the force of breath. Then the word trainer, this is a noun being the name of a person. After that, there is another word, trained. This word trained is a verb, grammatically past indefinite tense or simple past, being the second form of the verb train. So looking at the sentence again, after understanding what is to be understood at the level of grammar, our primary concern is that we are exposed to good listening practice. A very well trained and highly experienced trainer trained me in the art of learning the four skills of learning a language. The skills being listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Our next sentence is the practice of English accent demands that we open our ears and keep them open. The practice of English accent demands that we open our ears and keep them open. So, in this sentence, we have to mark the difference between the pronunciation of open when it is a verb and the word open when it is an adjective. So when we say the practice of English accent demands that we open our ears. This open, it's a verb. After that we say and keep them open. This open is an adjective. So how these two words are to be performed in this flow, this is what is to be marked and practiced. So the practice of English accent demands that we open our ears and keep them open. Next sentence. The English accent has its own feel. The English accent has its own feel. Keeping our ears open will surely help us feel the feel of the English accent. So in this sentence, the word feel has been used in different grammatical forms. It has been used as a noun, it has been used as a verb, and we have to be careful when we are speaking this sentence in a flow. Look at the flow again. The English accent has its own feel. Keeping our ears open will surely help us feel the feel of the English accent. Next sentence. They kept their books there. They kept their books there. First there, T-H-E-I-R. This is a pronoun. It has to be pronounced in a particular way. And the last there, T-H-E-R-E, it is an adverb because it is denoting the place of action or the place where the books were kept. So the sentence, they kept their books there. Now first there, T-H-E-I-R. In this word, we have two vowels, E and I, coming together. When two vowels come together in a word, in grammatical terminology, this is known as diphthong. D-I-P-H T-H-O-N-G. D-I-P-H T-H-O-N-G. So two vowels coming together, this is known as diphthong. And in this case, the rule of pronunciation is that both the vowels are to be produced as a compound sound. They are not to be pronounced, two vowels are not to be pronounced separately. They are to be pronounced as a compound single unit, which means the first vowel is to be uttered completely, and as the second vowel is about to be produced, it has to be subdued there only. The second vowel is not to be produced in its complete form. So here the rule is, in the case of a diphthong, the two vowels are to be pronounced as a compound unit. So the sentence they kept their books there. They kept their books there. Dear viewers, I hope you must be enjoying the activity. I assure that as we move further, you will enjoy it more and more. Our next sentence, we move further from here and I hope you will enjoy our next move. We move further from here and I hope you will enjoy our next move. First move is a verb, we move. And the last move, I hope you will enjoy our next move. This is a noun because it is the name of an action here. So when we are pronouncing both the words, we have to mark the difference between the two and they are to be pronounced the way they should be. So we move further from here and I hope you will enjoy our next move. Next, English is not just the language of the British. English is not just the language of the British. It is global in reach and effect. It is global in reach and effect. English language is world's lingua franca. English language is world's lingua franca. Now, what has made English language world's lingua franca is the fact that the Britishers ruled over a big part of the world for years together, even for centuries. Though they left the nations they ruled, but they did not leave those nations without leaving their language with the people they ruled. Why do we speak English today? Because we were once ruled by the Britishers. In our history books, we had learned that in the beginning, to annex India, there was competition, there was a war between British East India Company and French East India Company. Had the French won that war, the French would have ruled us, and today we would have been speaking French. But because the Britishers became successful as compared to the French East India Company, we were ruled by the British. So this is how we came to speak English. So Britishers have left the country, but they have left the language with us. This also reminds me of a statement by Dr. Radhakrishnan, the second president of Free India, who had said, English is a gift of Goddess Saraswati. English is a gift of Goddess Saraswati. Let us keep it. Now, when we say that English is words lingua franca, that is why today it is called an option multiplier. English language is today called option multiplier because it opens different options in the field of education and other career before us. Our next sentence, because English is a global language, a teacher of English is therefore expected to work hard to help students gain excellence in all the four skills of language learning. Next sentence, just for practice. Teaching is not just a profession. Teaching is not just a profession. Teaching is a set of ethics. Teaching is a set of ethics. Teaching is a set of certain do's and certain don'ts. Teaching is a set of certain do's and certain don'ts. Next sentence. There is a famous Chinese saying. There is a famous Chinese saying which means that the more we learn, the more we find how ignorant we were and how ignorant we are. There is a famous Chinese saying which means that the more we learn, more we find how ignorant we were or how ignorant we are. Viewers, towards the end, I like to say that we will continue with this kind of practice in our next lessons because it is my fundamental belief that it is only exposing the students to the atmosphere of learning through listening. Listening is the only thing that can help a student speak. I go to the extent of saying that if when a child is born, you just keep that child for 5 years in a room, give him food, give him water, give him everything, but don't speak to him any language. After 5 years, you will find that the child has become dumb. He will even lose his capacity to speak. Like it is like keeping a tiger at home. Keeping a tiger at home means making him a pet. That tiger will learn to hunt. It will forget how to hunt. So it is the listening which is key to learning English. With that, I conclude and assure that we shall continue with the same kind of practice in our next chapters. Thank you very much.